Hello everybody, my name is Panda and welcome back to Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. As you can see, we are finally back to Guan, but we have different monsters. If you've been keeping along with the saga that was, be it on Twitter, be it on Twitch, be it on the YouTube community section there, I let you guys know because of a delay or an issue with our audio recording on the Tobi fight, I decided to start over and get back to where we were. I didn't realize how big of an endeavor that was going to be. I thought it would be a relatively quick and straightforward thing, given what I know now. I was horribly mistaken. Horribly mistaken. We're caught up gear-wise, which wasn't the issue. The issue was monsties. If you remember, we had a beautiful Zinogre, which I no longer have, but this Zinogre is not bad. I have a lot of faith that we can turn this guy into a beast. We have a new Tigrex named Rexamoose, which we have all the slots unlocked for the genes, so I'm excited about that. As you can see, it's not decked out as the other one was. I have upped a lot of the higher power genes. There's a couple that I'll probably end up getting rid of down the road. I bingoed what I could. The thing is a beast for now. And it is a amazing smelling Tigrex. So I was really excited about that, and we got that on stream over on Twitch, but it definitely took a longer time than I anticipated. We have Royal Ludroth. I only keep this around to swim, but I have decked it out as best I could. A lot of those skills up there are not great. Really what I did is I just took advantage of all the bingos to really power it up. Ratha we have back, but again, not working with Ratha right now. And we finally got another Marvelous named Bibbidi. I am still trying my darndest to get an amazing smelling Marvelous. And no matter what I do, I haven't been lucky with it. You can see, per our Monsterpedia, to get the Tigrex, we only needed to slay 21 of them. For Marvelous, I'm 65 and counting. It's not going well. As far as Zinogre's concerned, we have a good smelling egg, and we've only fought 3, so we've killed it 3 times. It's only ran once. And of that one time that it ran, I did get a decent egg out of it. So I took that egg, I'm running with it. I assume these are going to be easier to get down the road, and that's why I've stopped attempting to grind them out now, because it's just taking way too much time, and I don't feel like in the end of the day it's going to be worth it. These probably won't be our end all monsters, so that's why I did that. As far as the rider card is concerned, oops, not other, mine. We are caught up with all of the medals that we've had thus far. We are caught up on the weapons that we've had. We're starting to look pretty. We're starting to be set up. We're starting to get back to where we were. I'm super excited about it, but the real, the real meat and potatoes of this episode, aside from me talking about the terrible audit, I can't talk today. I apologize, please forgive me. The terrible audio incident is that we are now going to, for sure, take on Tobi. So we're off to find the Thunder Lizard, the wonderful Thunder Lizard of Loloska Rocky Canyon. After I hit this rare den. Because I desperately need more genes in my gene pool. Nothing to report there. We got a good smelling Anja egg, and we fought a great baggy. I need to pop some hot mist, because I'm cold. Alrighty, back to the adventure. Heading to Loloska Rocky Canyon. We previously did Loloska Forest. I have not taken on the Gammoth yet. I did in the previous playthrough. I saw the Gammoth weapons. They look great. I'm not going to be able to build them anytime soon because I just don't have the parts. Same with Zinogre. I need Shakalaka parts, and we're just not there yet, obviously. So, again, probably a lot of this is what I'm going to pick up down the road, and I will give you guys more details once we get there. But I definitely wanted to continue the story on because we've spent way too much time in the content we've already done, and I am ready to take on bigger and tougher challenges. Like the Tobi! Now, there is a Baroth that spawns up here. Again, full disclosure, I've done this already. Looks like there's a caravan stand nearby. Want to check it out? Yes, I do, as always. The scout flies are reacting to something in this area. Let's take a closer look. There is a Baroth in here, and I need it for a quest, so I am going to sidetrack myself to pick that up. I will not bore you with the fight because we saw it in the last part. I just need that quest completion, and then we will officially, as far as the story and everything is concerned, be caught up to where we left. So, that's not enough to go on. We'll need to find more tracks. The scoutflies seem to be guiding us further into the canyon. Let's follow them, guys. Oh, speak of the Baroth. I also need a lot of Baroth parts because I have not yet made the Baroth weapons. As far as the Everdens in this area, I will be doing that offline. I do recommend highly exploring Everdens, though, as you get some really neat weapons like the Shell Castanet, which made grinding the Marvelous so much easier because I can't make any Screamer pods yet. So it's good to have that other method to get the big old beastie out of the ground. So I was pretty happy to find that. I can't remember which one I found it in. I want to say it's out here in the ice area, but I just can't remember for sure. So I apologize. But definitely visit them. A lot of great items, a lot of things to pick up. Highly recommend doing so. Then we got to go back and get all these chests that we otherwise would miss, I guess, is the way to phrase that. Hold on, I need more Baroth parts. I don't think there's a lot out here that we're desperately in need of. I just figure grab them now. I can always grab them later, but I'm sure you're curious to see what's in the chest just as much as I am. Pitfall traps are good. I don't use them too often. I mean, I could probably start making better use of them because it gives you like 2 free turns of attack. It doesn't count like towards crits, at least not that I've noticed. Please feel free to correct me down in the comment section below. But yeah, I mean, they're helpful trap tools. You just have to use them correctly. And then when I say correctly, what I mean by that is that certain traps trigger off of certain attacks. Meaning that if somebody's a speed attack, you'll want to use X trap. I can't remember off the top of my head what those are because, again, don't use them very often. But it tells you within the trap details, so it's not like you have to sit and guess. A lot of what I was attempting to use them for was for Monoblos and Tigrex because both of them have certain conditions. Like Tigrex, you have to catch it in a shock trap and then break its head with a great sword. And the shock trap is attack as far as the trigger response. But Tigrex doesn't do attack normally. It has to be upset. And so that's where I ran into the issue because as an upset Tigrex, it wasn't attacking and it drove me nuts.
Thanks to you, we can search a much wider area. What would we have done without you, Avinia?
I haven't always been this way. In the past, I'd have just left you to fend for yourselves.
No way! Why would you say something like that?
Well, after leaving the village, I only wanted to be with Frostfang. I didn't want to deal with anyone else. At that time, riders weren't exactly welcome in hunters' towns.
Things sure have changed, huh?
Frostfang and I stayed on the move, avoiding other humans. Until one day, I met someone who changed my mind.
Oh?
Someone kinder than anyone else I'd known. Always upbeat, no matter what. Humans are heartless. Why would I go out of my way to help another person?
Don't say that. My town was also ruined by the Black Blight, but everyone's giving it their all to rebuild the place. Helping each other out. Isn't that what things are all about, chum?
You know, maybe you're right. Perhaps I should go back and do my part in repairing the village. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have returned to Kuon. And I'm glad I did. Now I know if we work hand in hand, we can really make a difference. For Ratha's sake, let's work together to find Oldede.
Sorry, I want to correct myself. I misspoke. The scout flies have found something. The scout flies have caught the scent. They'll lead us to the monster for sure. When I said that Angry Tigrex didn't attack, Angry Tigrex attacked. It just, the power attack it did while furious did not count to trigger the trap. So that was the issue. Forgive me, I misspoke. So I couldn't use the trap anyway, which really upset me, and in the end result, I just kind of gave up on trying. You're acting strongly to something deeper within. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, I missed the rest of that dialogue. Man, that was quick.
Look, there are tracks here too. Are these from a Tobi Kadachi?
But why here? Look, up there!
Oh yes, the beautiful Tobi Kadachi, the flying electric squirrel lizard thing. Don't let its quick movements confuse you. It'll attack you with its claws and tails if it catches you off guard. Alright, so Tobi's base is speed. Pure speed. So we have a great setup with Yi and Kaku already out. We'll just go ahead and beat on it normally. I believe the legs are weak to the sword. I can't remember, but we'll find out. Yes. If I remember, most of it's weak to the sword. There's only a couple of areas that aren't. But we'll get these sweet, sweet doublés, and we'll just continue to take it down bit by bit. It doesn't really have a whole lot of health, and we are severely overleveled because of all the farming that we've done. So this is really not going to be a difficult fight by any stretch of the imagination. It really comes down to just kind of whittling it away to get to the certain phases before it dies out. Hold on. Blue Yi and Kaku decided it wanted to do power, which is against the rules. It's a big old no-no. Alright, now that it's mad, it switches up from speed to technical. So we no longer need Yin, we will switch that out for Marvelous as our primary attack monster. Alright, Bibbidi, let's show it what for. It does look like it's stacking Avinia, nothing I can do about that, we can just power through and do a little bit of extra damage. Alright, Frostfang is doing speed. That's going to get outdone by technical. Again, not a whole lot I can do about it. Frostfang's just going to have to take the hit. Alright, here we'll get our doublé, which will be fantastic. We will do some damage to the legs, but I don't think we'll break them. Tobi, not that I found anyway, I've killed it beforehand. As far as the legs and the body is concerned, when you knock both down, it does not stumble and fall. Certain monsters have certain parts of their body, when broken, will give you that crit bonus damage when it falls. In this case, I don't believe Tobi has that. Now, we can see that Tobi's not doing anything as far as an attack that can be blocked. I believe this is the second power-up, or it's going to do the tail sweep and hurt us all. My fur's standing on end and my whiskers are tingling. It's going to release an electric charge in one giant blast. Once Tobi is powered up to the second stage, it moves from technical to power. Now this is true for Zinogre as well. Zinogre will start off as speed, power up, move to technical, power up, move to power. So just keep that in mind if you want to try and take on a Zinogre. I am not going to attack you with power. I am so sorry. I apologize. We're going to switch to Reximus, who's going to help us finish this battle. So Reximus, well, I mean, it's valid. Reximus is our speed attacker, primary speed. Zinogre needs to level up quite a bit. I put technical on him as well, making him multifaceted, so he can be used in both aspects, depending on what I'm countering. I'd highly recommend you do the same. All right. Reximus is using Rock Shooter, but we'll go ahead and we will negate that, and we will change it to Heavy Spear so we can get the double attack again. But now we have broken both parts. At some point, he will get the tail as an attackable object, but it's not here yet. As you can see, he is no longer angry. He's drooling. He's almost dead. But we don't see any specific attack functionality. I'm pretty sure this is where we're going to get tail whipped. And now the tail should be an attackable object. Assuming I don't kill it. Alright, we didn't kill it. But now we have the ride on. So it's building up electricity in its tail. Break it before it's too late. We can absolutely do that. We already have a Monstie that is at 100%, that being Blue Yin and Bibbidi. I'm going to pull out Bibbidi, and we're going to do the double ride on to break the tail and kill the Kodachi in one fell swoop. That way we get the most out of the parts that we can get. You may be asking, why am I not throwing a paintball right now? And I'll tell you why. It actually doesn't work. I tried that the first time. I threw the paintball, and it's like ineffective. And I'm like, well, that's bullshit. But unfortunately, we can't get this particular Tobi to retreat. So we're just going to take it out the good old-fashioned way.
Stay on your toes.
Phew, that takes care of that. We should be able to get the parts for the windmill now. Meow, wow, I've still got a ton of static running through my fur. All right, and that's Tobi. I do love Tobi so much. It is one of my favorite monsters, always has been. We are going to grab every single one of these parts. And then we're hit with another cutscene. I'll see you in a minute.
Working together brings out the true power of kinship. By the way, the cool guy who changed your outlook, what's he like? Is he more claudacious than me?
You think he's a cool guy, huh?
That's a given, no?
Well, Naviru, he's actually...
Whoa! I just realized I'm totally starving. Let's head back, report in, and grab a bite.
Now, I'm not sure why Naviru cuts her off like that. I've kind of wondered it myself, but we'll find out soon, I'm sure. Hey, our expedition party's back. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. We'll just fast travel. Back to Quan. We don't have to run there, thankfully. I got the caravan stand, so if I ever want to come back here fast and in a jiffy, I have that set up. I recommend you do the same. Caravan stands make life easy. But it does make makes you look like a punk on the way back, like you carded, and I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. Expeditions, we briefly touched on that the last time we were playing. I have turned these into just a beautiful, beautiful system. And I realize now how important they really are. And I really want to take a second to just kind of sit down and discuss it with you. My expeditions right now, I'm locked to 1. You can get other slots from the bottle cap cats. I don't have any to purchase yet, so unfortunately I'm still locked to the 1. However, depending on what you choose, you can get EXP and items. In this case, I'm going with Treasure Hunter because the Monsies that I'm leveling up, I'm not really worried if they get experience really quick or not. For the Bonoblos, that was a different case. Bonoblos, I did it purely for EXP so I could start pulling off those bigger skills that unlock at like level 20. But this is why I'm doing it. You can get charms out of this. Finding charms tend to be from Hakolo, mounting charms from Akala. I don't know, and I haven't seen them, so this is just speaking on pure experience in this case. I've not seen any other charms drop. That being said, the mounting charms are great, and you get a ton of them. What I've been doing is I've just been taking and just dumping them all into the pot to try and level up the pot as quickly as I could, so that when I do get charms like Finding Charms used to find rare genes, it is going to be a bigger benefit than at the time they otherwise would be if I wasn't doing this. So I don't use mounting charms. I feel like they are a great disposable item, and that's why I've been running Akala. I have a few Finding Charms that I have saved up for when I actually am going to go egg hunting, but I'm in no rush to use them. Now, what you can do, sorry, I don't want to actually send them out yet. You can select your field and you have the 2. This gives you an idea, a brief rundown of what you can get via items. It doesn't give you everything, obviously. It tells you what monster parts you can get if you decide to do that, and it's based on what you found within that location. And then it tells you whether or not you'll have a 100% success rate and what you'll get out of it. So you have your base, your elemental bonus, and your rare item rate. If you're going treasure hunter, that rare item rate is what's ultimately important, because that's what's going to determine what you get out of the treasure hunt. So again, I'm going to send these bad boys out, and then you can do it as a balance. So you gather EXP and items, balance between the two. You could be thorough, which takes 30 minutes instead of 20, but you gain more items and EXP than usual. You can be hasty, which takes 10 minutes instead of 20, but you get less back in return. You can do EXP Enthusiast. If you're just trying to pull genes off of monsters without keeping them in your party, this is a great option because you get more EXP. Or Item Gather, you get less EXP, but more items. You can do Materialist, which focuses on collecting just monster materials if you don't want to fight those monsters and build the weapons. Or you can do Treasure Hunter, which focuses on finding rare items. Materialist, I'm not a huge fan of because once you have Quick Kill, you can just go in, double tap your triggers and call it a day. Real quick and easy, 6 guaranteed items because you're getting the S rank. If you're being a little bit more thorough and you need more parts, don't be afraid to fight them. Break the parts. Broken parts guarantee item drops. So highly recommend either way. Treasure Hunter is what I've been doing though, as you know why. So we're going to send them off. In 20 minutes, we'll get a notification that they're back and we'll call it a day. Now, as far as the pot's concerned, I think I got it up to level 13. Currently, I believe I'm running finding on it because I was looking for rare eggs. So I have 8 left. Again, not going to use them, but we'll just continue to dump these charms in here. I'll dump all 14. I'm not worried about the duration. It'll get replaced if I replace the charm. I'm really, again, just doing this to level up the pot to max. So now I'm level 14 for using 85 charms. The effects are going to be more powerful. And we got 3 lucky charms as a bonus. Now at 13, it was 16 and then 6.5 for the finding. If we look at it now, for finding, it's now 17. So it goes up by like 0.5 each time. And then if we pray, it is now 7. So every time you level up the pot, these go up 0.5. These are a little bit different. So I don't know. I haven't looked at these in what regard. I'm just using finding prayer as an example because that's the one that I've seen multiple times over because I kept popping it. So highly, highly, highly recommend upgrading your prayer pod. It is going to make your life so much easier. And then again, keep an eye on your sub quests. Those are really helpful. You can constantly redo them, which is a great source of income. It's a great source of items. So definitely don't let that sleep either. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I found out in my journey from start to here again. We'll also look at the items for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you are curious if you're not planning on picking up this game, but you do like the design of the armor and stuff. Tobi's only got one weapon that I saw. That one weapon is the bow, and it is definitely something I'll probably end up picking up. It's about the same as the blazing bow, but the pulsar bow gives you paralysis. And paralysis is good when I'm going to do my Monoblo farming again, because in order to get the Monoblos to retreat easier, you got to paralyze it, and then you have to kill it with a sword and shield. You have to get that final blow. So this is going to help in that. With my armor and my charm both being nesting, so the Rathian armor and the nesting charm, as well as a paintball. If I get the final hit with the paintball, it's 68. If I get the final hit without, or if I don't get the final hit with the paintball, it's 55. So even with the paintball, the odds are still very good comparative to not using anything at all or just using the nesting bonuses. So I recommend definitely using the paintball, using the nesting gear, and getting the appropriate prerequisite for the retreat. That's where you get all of that. Zinogre, unfortunately, is a little bit harder. I need Blast Blight, and then I need to kill it with water. But I don't have Blast, so unfortunately, I'm kind of tied there. As far as the Kadachi armor, there you have it. Beautiful set of armor. Love it to death. And now we'll go talk to the chief, and we'll call it a day because I know I've kept you guys for so long, and I am so sorry. Good news, Chief. We got you some Tobi Kadachi fur. It's Splendid! With this, the final windmill will be nearly up and running. Nearly? I thought it was. You can get the last thing we need in Jagged Rock Cave. You can rely on this legendary feline to help you with anything, Chief. Good, good. Go to the windmills. A villager there will give you the details. Now, I have not progressed past this point. I've talked to the villager. Based on what he has to say, I truly, truly believe it is a Kezu. Because I know we need Kezu parts. I know that there's a red Kezu somewhere here. It's in one of the Everdens. I could not find a regular Kezu to save my life when I was searching normally. So it only makes sense. Similar to how the Baroth was set up. It's just like, we got this thing knocking things down in this cave. Go find it. I'm like, that sounds like a Baroth. This sounds exactly like a Kezu. So I'm pretty confident that's what we'll fight next.
Hey there! The windmill's close to completion from the looks of it. What else do you need?
Someone pinch me. It's the legendary
Yeah!
Rider!
Say what? Don't you mean legendary feline?
Chief says you need parts for the windmill?
Ah, yes. Thing is, I'd need to go to the Jagged Rock Cave to get them, and it's not safe to go in.
What? Why not?
There's something in there that attacks people. Not a sound to warn you, and you're knocked out.
It doesn't make a sound?
It's true, I tell you. I'm not setting foot in that cave until someone sees to it that it's safe.
Not gonna pretend it doesn't sound a little scary, but if we band together, we've got nothing to fear.
Good luck. The windmill parts from that cave are the last pieces I need.
The windmills really are impressive.
Aren't they? They symbolize the strength of the bonds between us.
They do?
Ask anyone and they'll say the same. Without Avinia, there'd be no windmills here now.
Huh?
Come on, let's go to that cave.
Yeah, good idea.
And we will go to that cave, but not today. The last parts needed to complete the windmills can be found in the Jagged Rock Cave. However, anyone who attempts to enter the cave has been attacked by an unknown assailant, sowing fear among the villagers. With no time to give in to fear, you head to the cave. But that's a tomorrow thing, we'll do that tomorrow. But see what I mean? It sounds like a Kezu. Blind, quiet, stealthy, spits up paralysis, knocks you on your butt. Kezu 100%. If I'm wrong, well, I'll just take that with a grain of salt. If I'm right, I told you so. Oh, if you're still here, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me on this adventure, and I'll see you next time. Bye!